Hey Nick, how you doing, man? Just getting my hey Nick, how you doing, man? Sit up here. Oh, I gotta turn off the. Just getting my hey, Nick, there we go. Put it on my headset because it was on speaker. I'm not very organized. All right, I've already I'm actually on my fifth lap here. I just paused it. I'm just gonna resume. Whoa. I also changed my pedals around quite a bit. Increase the travel on the brake. My theory is that it'll give me better trail braking. Variable up. So teach me for trying to adjust things on the fly. There you go. Yeah, I figured there might be somebody bored who at work that has access to a PC that this might be something fun to casually enjoy. Hey Arno, I'll read that in a sec. Yeah, I don't know which stack to run, to be honest. I just got some advice from somebody else. Brandon, one of my former teammates at SCR, to use the short stack. We have what? 2 Martins now? Oh, there's Speaker Brandon right there. We have 2 Martins now. What does that mean? How do we need 2 Martins? I'm confused. Brandon, this is your set, by the way. I'm just trying. With the short stack on it. Oh, maybe you were referring to when I had the player playing, you can hear both voices. Oops. I looked at the chat at the wrong time. I missed my braking. Yeah, I'm so tempted on the X29. I have ordered 2 wheels, though. Yeah, hours? Wow. You're not working. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I ordered the Bavarian Simtech Pro, and I ordered the VPG RSR lookalike wheel, the Pro version. Coming out of that corner there, Brandon, have you tried first? I think first is quicker, but I was worried about abusing the rear tires. that right-hander after Lucky Heights. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. I figured it would eventually, Brandon. X29 looks really appealing, to be honest. You notice I'm actually running the Cube F-Core here. I actually prefer it over my Asher F64. I think this wheel would be near perfect if it just had some illuminated buttons. Oh, wrong gear, Martin. The grips are really grippy on this, and as you can see, I'm not wearing gloves. And I'm just going to pause for a second here. I'm going to change headsets. I don't like this. This is too hot. A moment, please. It's way down because these little tiny headsets don't need as much power to run it. Should be about right. 36. Here we go to warp speed again. Sound quality isn't as good in these, but it's just less intrusive. And, although sometimes the ear canal can get a little itchy because you're inside the ear. Yeah, the MPX is definitely good, Nick, except for the thumb area. I'm a little worried that the Bavarian Pro is going to have a thumb area issue for me, looking at the pictures. Not that it's going to be too narrow, but I'm just not sure there's enough rubber on the grip before you get to the plastic, and I believe the plastic might over time hurt the hands a bit. If that's what I end up rubbing up against. I'm not driving very well. First gear is good, but I feel like ask a bit more of the rears during the race. Yeah, fair. So quality use first gear, race use second gear. What am I doing? Yeah, I mean, MPX is a good wheel, except obviously the thumb. And if you're experiencing it, and others have too, it's really unfortunate because like they did such a good job on so many aspects of the wheel, but that's a pretty important area to have an issue like that with, because comfort is really important, which is why I'm really liking this F-Core. It's one of the cheapest wheels out there, and it's super comfortable. And for me, I like the lightness of it too. Like this is really, really light, so it's you feel so much more of the force feedback. It's really good. But Brandon, by the way, I went to 30 millimeters on the brake travel now. Remember, I used to be at 20. Replace the GT3. You could be market to get the Hyper P1 to replace the GSI. So you're trying to see if anybody wants your GSI, is that right? I don't know. Yeah, I've just kind of forced myself to go with longer travel, Brandon, because I felt I was going to be better and more accurate on the trail braking. I think there's a sweet spot. You can go too far. I tried 25, and I liked it. I tried 23, then 25, and I went, I'll screw it, I'll go right to 30. And 30's not bad. I think that's about the limit, though. I think anything above that will be diminishing, well, actually negative return. Because I find it, if you go too long, then you start to lose the sense of where you are in the pedal pressure. These laps are really slow. Clearly I can't drive and talk at the same time, but that's more fun because I'm just trying to do a long run. Just to check the tire wear and you're set there, Brandon. We should have closed the drapes and the blind in my window there. There isn't so much color light saturation on this area here. Oops. I have to say, guys, having been to this track in real life and actually lapped in real life, it's such a beautiful track. I mean, you go down that front straight and you see the ocean, it's just stunningly beautiful. That first corner is scary as hell. Such a fast corner, and you just gotta kind of commit and feel the balance of the car. And I was driving my Elise around here, and it was a bit touchy. Never felt fully confident in turn one in that car. Well, let's concentrate on a lap here. Aaron's getting a bit happy there, Brandon. Is that what you found with the set? Is the rear end would start to let go over a run? I'm third gear out of Siberia there. Maybe keep the tires longer. Left when I didn't want to. Yeah, I was trying to see how much I could carry. It was more when I got the power, when I got the full power was the problem. It wasn't the 50% throttle, it was more applying the full throttle.
You got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Yeah, third gear might be better there. Especially as the run goes on. That was just driver input error. That wasn't the setup button. Just pushing too hard. I was trying to carry more speed than I should have into the corner. Yeah, in coming out of Siberia, you mean? Yeah. Oh, I used the brakes there. What am I doing? Come on, turn. Do they? DRS uses third, and they're using FIA, or are they using short stack? I think they're using short stack. I am running out of gear in the short stack. So if you're in draft, you'll certainly be bouncing off the rev limiter. Three laps left of fuel. Let's see if we can actually put in a lap here. There's another corner real life, which is a bit daunting. The last corner. You get it wrong, you're gonna hurt. Yeah, a little bit. I think more so than, I mean, I think it's just in the right part of the power curve at the right times. Yeah, okay. I get you. I'll check that. Thanks, Darren. I'll check that in a second. Couldn't read it all Oop, in that little straight. Yeah, David's really good around this track. Yeah, for sure. I don't know what. I mean, I assume David's using an Apex set. I don't have access to Apex. Yeah, he's stewarding? What do you mean, Nick? I'm sorry, I'm missing the context of that. Burn. Terrible up. And then I'll do a session with my setup, and then we'll compare. Last lap. Oh, it is the last lap. I didn't lie.
You've got wheel damage.
Man,
You've got some damage. Let's get that fixed.
oh shit, Sherlock. What did he say now? Watching Sam's earlier, he had his bias at -3, which would be what, 47 open and minus 20.23 fixed. It's better to forward or towards the rear. Okay, so what he's referring to here, let me share my desktop so you can see what I see on my screen. So this here, I've got a dash overlaying the actual dash, but the bias is +2 here at 52. Yeah, so -3 would be like 47, because this number here you just added or subtracted from the 50. Death everywhere predicted. Oh yeah. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's probably what Nick was referring to. Stewarding for T1 lap 1 on race day. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I think it as Brandon mentioned, it all depends on so many other factors in the setup. You can't just apply that rule to everything, but I hear you. Minus would be more rearward, give you more rotation. All right, let's load up my set. This set is actually just Watkins Glen set. I haven't done any changes to it. Notice the bias in this is 49.8, but this has a split cylinder on it, I believe. Let me just double check. Oh no, it doesn't. This is the same front and rear. You guys want this view where you see all the stuff on my screen, or do you want to go back to the other view where you don't get all the clutter? Oh, by the way, you can see in the bottom left-hand corner what the tires were. 75 on the front left was the inside, and 79 was the rear. Not bad. This set here may actually be harder on the rear tires. I don't know. It's hard to say. Got more diff, which sometimes will create more wear in the rear, sometimes it will create less. Brake too early. Less rotation on this set in the slow corners. This is only the first flyer. Let's see what the second flyer is like. Third. Last. Okay, cheers. Well, I did a 26.7 with Brandon's set, so right now I'm not as fast in this set. Almost 2/10 slower so far. I'm concerned less with the fast lap and most concerned about the overall pace over a stint. I've done a 26.6 with this set, so I know it's doable. But pace-wise, they seem about the same. Even though this is a pretty bad lap. Steady flat. Henny, how you doing? You doing well? Henny is Sean's mother, by the way, for those in the chat. Penny, this track is a track in Australia, about 2 hours south of Melbourne, where I used to live. And I've actually lapped this track in real life. Beautiful track, it's an ocean out there, stunningly beautiful. And there's penguins on this island. It's actually a little island. That's the name, Phillip Island. And the guy that built this track didn't really have a spec'd out plan. He just literally went out there and started carving it like willy-nilly. Like he didn't, survey it and say, I want, to the inch, this is what I want. It was just, he built it organically. I agree, Nick. I mean, to me, this is like the Mosport of Australia. That's when I first drove. It's like that's what it felt like. High speed, flowing. At least one awkward corner. That one. They have cool names for their corners. Like that hill you come over is called Mookie Heights. And then there's a corner called Siberia and a corner called Honda. Yeah, I think that's the best comparison I've come up with. Interesting for a track that goes the opposite direction. But turn 1 is kind of like turn 2 at Mosport. It's called Honda, this corner. And then comes out of Honda into Siberia. Basically, because if you go off the end of this track, you're going to be in Siberia. But there's a cliff right there on the other side of those tire barriers. I sat right to the right here when there was a V8 supercar race here. And those things are loud when the upshifts. I had to move because the upshifts were so loud. I didn't have ear protection, so I had to move. On turn. That's so true. Benny Arnault is one of the guys we race with in PRL. He also is the chief steward of the PRL league that Sean and I race in. All around good guy. We won't talk about Nick though. Same story basically for Nick. Oh yeah, this car doesn't want to turn as well with this setup. Power down better coming out of the corners, but in the middle of those low speed corners it doesn't want to turn. Oh, it wasn't Arnaud that did it. It was Nathan was being very generous and withdrew the protest once he understood that that was not intentional by Sean. I mean, Sean screwed up, there's no question, but by no means was intentional. And, Nathan was being, I think, extremely generous to withdraw that. And it shows great character by him. He shares my philosophy that protesting is usually not a great thing. I mean, there are times for it, but I kind of take the philosophy that if you protest somebody, it doesn't help you. And it hurts the other person. So if that's your goal, then fine. Because there's times when that makes sense. But I kind of take the approach of I'd rather talk to the person one-on-one and say, you know, here's what happened, or apologize, or I'm sorry, or whatever it is that, you know, is appropriate for the situation. And then what you've done by doing that is you haven't penalized the guy, so he doesn't get hurt by any actions, but you've made a friend on the track, and then that friend's going to be that much more respectful towards you the next time you're out. So down the line, it'll be cleaner racing for both of you, and so both of you will be less likely to get into problems. Now, if something keeps happening over and over again, or there's really is intent to wreck somebody, then yeah, that's to me the time when they want to protest. But by not protesting, I think you can have a win-win. I think by protesting, the best you can happen for is a lose-lose. So I really respect what Nathan did there. I think that was top-notch of him. I mean, we all make mistakes, and that's all that was. I just lost track of where he was in the track. Thought he was going to be losing time, so he got back on the accelerator, and yeah, it's just all in a split second. So, yeah, it's not in his character to take somebody out. Not at all. And also the other thing to consider is that there's no way, let's assume for the moment he was trying to take him out, which he wasn't, but let's assume for the moment he was. There's no way he would do that and then not take me out. And I know for a fact Sean would not take me out on purpose, so... I mean, those two things, like, first of all, he's not in his character to do it. And secondly, you know, he's not going to take me out, so... Yeah, there's no way that was intentional. Just purely a bad situation, but you know, and Sean realized it eventually. I mean, obviously there was a bit of emotion, as there always is after an event. But you know, Sean eventually saw the light and what was going on, which I respect, and I also respect how Nathan handled it. Like, we need more people like Nathan, I think. Behind the track, I've lost track of where I am. I'm just gonna drive around blindly. Oh yeah, last part. All right. Hang on. How you doing, Penny? Warm down there? You're in New Mexico, right? Is that right? Probably got that wrong. Sorry if I did. Los Alamos, okay. Yeah, we had thunderstorms last night as well. Ever see Oppenheimer? No, I haven't seen it. You do the work for the labs here? What do you mean? You do what work exactly? Eight more laps on this tank. I think I'm more consistent with this one, Brandon. You're probably still not back yet, but I'm saying more consistent with this one. Is that the rear end's keeping in check so far? Okay, I got it. Hey, Brandon. Be stinkified. Have more laps and we'll see what the tires were. Good gear here. I have the wrong. I think this is the. Might have the FIA gearing in it actually. Wonder. You tell from the driving if I have FIA in here or the short stack brand. I think the front straighter I would tell. I'm in the rev limiter. Oop. Come on, turn. I think this is standard FIA. Yeah, this is definitely standard. This setup was a setup that Sean and I worked on for Watkins Glen. Penny, by the way. Yeah. My second gear, I need to use second gear for sure here. Change your, oh, that's your YouTube profile picture, Brandon. Looks all like business and professional like. I'm over braking a little bit on the initial part of turn 2. Corner here, I can't decide if it's better to go on the curb or not in the braking. Like you lose a bit of braking performance, but then you get a wider entrance. Maybe you can get the power sooner come out of it. I don't know. Which is better?
You got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Too much heat in the rear tire. 105 in the rear right. Need to calm down my driving. What my heat was in the other set, your set, right? In the rear right at this stage. About 2 degrees cooler this time on the rear right. Probably about the same. Okay. Being really, really easy out of Siberia there. 2/10 easy. Alright, we can do a push lap here. 2 laps of fuel left. What am I doing? Why did I do that differently? Lift so hard at the initial part of the corner of the turn in as I did just there. And brain.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
Were you taking right tires, Brandon, when you were racing? Did you try it? And right rear, maybe? I think there's enough time and fuel to put on right rear. And what did you prefer? Taking the right rear or no?
You have about 1 lap of fuel left. Don't forget to pit this lap for more fuel.
Thanks, mate. All right, so the previous tires. $75, $79 left, 67, 69 on right. Let's see what this one is. 78, 83, 69, 72. What was the other one? What did I say? I can't remember a thing. 75.79, I think, wasn't it? This is 78.83. So there's more tire on the left. Delta is similar. There's a bit more wear on the fronts here. And then the rights, I'm using more of the right. Which way to go? Let me place that right rear. Take on some fuel.
Okay, punch it.
That's what this feels like.
We're done. Get going.
The temperature is so cool on all the tires. We took on the right rear. Maybe because I sat in the pits so long? Feels like I'm back. Oh, the mask, because I had to get out of the car. I didn't go into the pit, so I didn't. Basically, I have 4 new tires. Yeah, I'm so stupid. All right. Sucks. I really don't want to do that again. I'm going to start playing around with some setup changes now. I'll go up on the rear spring a bit on that set. Actually, I'm going to go back to the Brandon set. Nice car. Thanks, Penny. Appreciate it. It's a lot of work in that particular paint job, more than most, because you got to match the pattern across all the panels, and that's where all the time is. All right, Brian, I'm going to try your setup, but with a different spring. I'm going to try going down in the springs. I think that front spring is too much. See how this goes. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate that. I enjoy the creative aspect of the painting. What I never enjoyed was applying the same paint to 25 cars. That's a pain in the butt. That's just busy work. I like painting one car. I only applied that paint to that car. That's it. Yeah. When I was doing the SCR paints, it was like, I don't know, 30 plus 35, 36 cars I painted. And it's not just that, like some of the cars, there's an IMSA paint, there's a normal paint. And some of them have 3 different paints per car. It's the different, like there was a league paint, an IMSA, and a, oh, this is too pushy. Yep, big team for sure. Too big for my liking. From against that team, it's a good bunch of guys. Just prefer a smaller group. For me, the team has to, you know, first and foremost is a social thing. Yeah, this car's too pushy. How many people on your team, Nick? What, 8 maybe? Take some, need more front of this. Need to add some rake is what I need to do. You can't see what I'm doing, but basically I'm going to add rake to it. All right. I want more steering overall in and out of the corner, and rake is usually the best way to do that. Plus, you also get more braking power with more rake. On some cars, not all cars. I like the diff on your setup, Brandon. I think it was better in all stages of the corner. Like in these, well, as I do that. $60. Oh. What's the difference between the community group and the race group? Community group is like anybody who wants, and then the core team is guys that are actually on the why isn't this throw? Who actually run the team paints and race together. Gotcha. Makes sense. Who's all on the team? You got yourself, Dominic, Nathan. Read that in a sec, Brandon. No rotation on power without losing it in turn 1. Yeah. I think the front spring is what's holding you back a bit, to be honest. I think at 340, it's too much. That's why I'm experimenting with that in a different rake. See what I come up with here. Need more power, more steering here, on-power steering here. That's a really important place to be able to get the power early through looking heights. Otherwise, you're just wasting time waiting to get to power. All right, let's put in a flyer here. Let's go. Up a little bit. I blew it in Honda. Damn it. It's still not a bad lap. I'm only 0.08 off. I'm in 10th down, but I really messed up Honda. Probably. Oh, that's better. Ooh, getting warm. What? Let's be a bit more aggressive on the setup. I'm going to mess with the rear, with the compression in the rear, Brandon. Low speed. So I went up on the sway bars all around. and I increased the compression in the rear a bit. Try and get that on power to get the weight transfer to happen quicker in the rear when I'm on power, to get that initial slide when I get the power. Really trying to make it better through looking heights right now. That's what I'm trying to focus on. I'm hoping too, Brandon, with the softer springs, that it'll have more tire at the end of the run. I shouldn't have changed the front compression. Stiffen that up a bit too. Lost a bit of turn in there. Bit. There. I tried to carry too much speed into Looky Heights. Otherwise, the improvement would have been probably 2/10 instead of just under
That
1.
was your fastest lap of the session. Go back and undo that. I'm gonna take out some low speed rebound in the rear too. Get that weight transfer to the front a little quicker. Might help with Honda. And also turn 2. Down on the front bar. Nope. Trying to get more off-power steering basically. Passing is challenging, but there are some places you can do it, this corner being one of them. But it's hard to keep the pass in that corner, because even if you get alongside, you're now on the outside of this corner. Like if you're out here, like you're nowhere.
so it's really hard. Going in turn 2 is another one. It's scary and tricky and dangerous in turn 2. And then the braking zone and Looky Heights, so come around this corner here. Way out there, but anyway, you could dive it on the inside here. But again, since there's a left-hander afterwards, it's hard to actually complete. So it's a difficult track to make a pass on. Most passes will happen because the guy in front makes a mistake. GT3 is the only spot? Yeah, it's my favorite spot. I agree. This is another corner where you can do it, but it's so difficult. I remember watching Scotty McLaughlin do it there in V8 Supercars. He made a move. It was an awesome move. Like an over-under in the middle of the corner. I screwed that up. I feel like I've lost steering, even though the changes I've made should have given him more steering. Let's see how this next lap goes. I think I'm gonna try a diff change next, Brandon. Like go down on the friction faces and up on the preload.
Got wheel damage.
I almost saved it. Almost.
Your car has too much damage. We've got to fix it.
I... Different kind of diff. Bit flat, yeah. Yeah, I hope Daniel's left hand is okay. It looked like he munched it. Any updates on that? Have you heard anything? Everybody always laughed at Danica Patrick when she would take her hands off the steering wheel during a crash. Nobody should be laughing now. Feels like it's a little more rotation in the middle. Broke. Yeah, it looked like it might have been broke the way he was holding it. Is it the wrist that's broke or finger or what? That sucks. These are the worst. I like this feeling so far, Brandon. Oh, looks like driver error there. That sucks for his wrist, man. Oh, there's a lot of bones in the wrist. All intermess with each other. Might be too hard to hang on to though, Brandon. Like, I think it's might be quicker, but it might be too hard to hang on to. It's got too much preload. Oh, I am getting this error that says you need to change your resolution. This is in YouTube because they support 2K streaming, so and that's what I'm streaming at. So I don't understand. Anyway, anybody watching, can you make sure you can watch this in 2K? Down a bit on the preload. While I do that, I'm going to actually also make a change to the front bar. Up in the front bar to add a bit more stability. Good. Thanks for checking. Appreciate that. F107X9. That's an interesting name. How'd you come up with that name? Is that short for something? 7x9. What does that mean? Is there a meaning behind that? I never used to get that error for the streaming at 2K. All rest for PRL drivers. See, that's when I look at the chat, this is what happens. I drive off the track. I don't know how those big streamers do it. I really don't. Dave, it's not your fault. I'm the one that chose to look. Fuck you, Tony. Brandon T-Bone. diff isn't working. Not getting enough steering out, and I'm getting too much steering in. The fix seems actually pretty quick here, isn't it? Like I look at the lap times. Oh, that's a little better. Keep overheating the rears by getting in wrong bloody gear. Or still the best car here. Till Nev. I don't know. How's it going, Tilly? Oh, well, man. Well, I'm going to change the cylinders on this. Maybe that'll help me with the front. Brandon and Tilly, do you guys know each other? It sounds like it. Well, I did get into trouble, Dave, at Le Mans, but I managed to still finish. But thank you anyway. Yeah, Brandon's an awesome guy, Tilly. Miss hanging out with Brandon now that I'm no longer on the SCR team for sure. Although we hang out occasionally. It's not team stuff. Brandon and I went down on the rear cylinder, which is going to put a lot more. I don't think this is necessarily the right bias, but I just changed the cylinder size, so it's gone to 48 in the rear, which is probably too much. I figured to try it, see if I can live with it, and prevent the fronts from locking up in turn 3. Quite a bit slower so far. Let's see what the second lap's like. Go. Well, they did actually take me out. I got hit, but
not taken out to the point of not being able to continue. Yeah, this bias is too much to the rear, but let me finish the lap. Too much heat on the entry in the rears. Yeah, park here. I need to go up on the bias. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Well, Tilly, I've been seeing you drive things other than the Ford lately. What's going on? You're falling out of love with the Ford? Being tempted by another mistress? What's going on? He's found the light. That's it. Yeah, this diff doesn't have enough on power steering the way I've got it set. Wrong direction. Needs a 7th gear. Giving up on this diff. Yeah, I hear you. I'll take the free positions. I know. What the hell? Everybody doesn't want to work today. It's a Friday afternoon. People are tired. They want to go home. I appreciate you guys hanging out, though. Makes this testing a lot less boring. All right, let's go back to my set now. They've given up on improving that one. Actually, yeah. All right. Start. 10 p.m. Yeah, fair enough. In Malta. It's probably still 45 degrees, right? Try changing the rear spring on my set. Go up a bit. And adding some brake. This will probably be too loose, but let's give it a try. $27, that's not bad.
should give me a bit more aero downforce in the rear. This changes I just made, but it might be too much rake and spring rate for the low speeds. See. Oh yeah, and this has the FIA gearing on it. Try this with the short stack after this test. How'd your races go here, Tilly, this week? I haven't done any officials. I rarely do officials. So with the GTE series coming out, Tilly, are you going to do the Ford there too? You died each race? Oh man, I'm sorry. Couldn't have brought that up too soon. What made you die? The car or traffic? You went from 5.3 to 3.2 in 2 weeks? Damn, dude. That's nuts. Never lost that much. Most I ever lost was I went from 5.8 to 5.3 in like 3 days, something like that. Feels like it's going to be too loose at the end of the run. Nick. Well, Nick's that kind of guy. He likes to share. Stay on the track. Ah, fuck. Last second snap oversteer. Exactly. You're so generous, Nick. All right, so let's drop the rake a little bit. Yeah, Nick, Nathan Bartley was really liking the X29. You were talking about the X29 wheel earlier. Definitely seems like a good option. But I'd also recommend this F-Core. I know it's cheap and inexpensive, but it's really good. Don't let the price fool you. It's a really good wheel. More in rotation than in rookie heights. Just do. Go up in the rear bar. I have to look at that rear camber too. I found that sometimes when you take away camber in the rear, yeah, like in the Ultimate, when you're at full load in the rear, you lose. I mean, you gain steering, lose rear grip. But I find coming out of corners like this, when you put the power down, it's a bit more stable. That may help free it up here, but make it stable coming out of Siberia is what I'm thinking. If I take out some rear camber. I lose speed. Coming out of that corner, I was up and then I was down. It's weird.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
Interesting. Yeah, I've definitely noticed the difference between my offline testing and testing with other cars because I think the track rubbers in and creates a different grip level. So what you're saying is I should get out of this and go test. The problem is that when I'm making a set and I have to compare it, everything needs to be the same in terms of the track conditions. And then once I find a set that I like, then I go into an online session with other cars and verify it. But this is the only way I can find that gives me a consistent track conditions because everything's fixed and it doesn't change. But you're right, there is a difference between this and the online sessions for sure. Well, I'm going to save that. That wasn't terrible. You're just firing up 2-hour sessions and deal with it. Yeah, fair enough. I think Nick's got the right answer. I really do. I'm going to try a couple of changes. I'm going to go back to the original set with the softer rear spring. I'm going to go up in the rear bar. I'm going to take some camber, see if that theory I was talking about earlier applies. Yeah, Nick knows how to enjoy it, what he's doing. Yeah. You know, this goes. So this is Brandon, my Watkins set, but some more rear bar and less camber in the rear. There it goes. I think it might roll better through the middle of some of the corners, and it might allow me to put power down a little better off of the hairpins. Stop lying. I'll go a little more serious for M-Tech this winter. What's M-Tech? I don't want to do the GTE series. Wish PRL had a GTE series. Oh, Majors offshoot? Okay. Is it like a league or is it like a official series in iRacing? League, okay, I got you. I'm not a GT4 fan at all. I know there are people out there that love them, and that's good, but it's just not for me. Too slow. Get into the LMP3s, I think. Yeah, I do like the GT3s, but I wouldn't mind giving the GTEs another go. That was my favorite car before. Fucking idiot. Come on, turn. The dentist car, yeah. With the Porsche at the last red light. Okay, so I'm waiting too long to shift, Tilly? I've always thought that I did, and that kind of, the sound is ingrained in my head, so I keep doing it. And I've got it programmed to flash on my screen, which you can't see, but now you can. I shift when my, so you can see right there, the last light comes on, but it's quite a bit after that before my screen flashes that red line. So I don't know. Try. I don't know. Yeah, Guy knows what he's doing. It's quick. I'm gonna try the short stack on this. I haven't tried that yet. Make that camber change. All right, let me try that. I'll probably screw it up most of the time. So when the last one, the third red light. What do you mean the third one? There's one, there's two. Where's the third one? I don't know what third means. Because there's four red lights in the middle, the outer two and then the inner two. Did it turn purple? Okay. I didn't even notice that. So this is the flashing blue before that, right? All right, let me see if I can do it. You're colorblind, and you're telling me which light colors to shift at? Come on. All right, I think I know what you mean, though. I got you. Shifting too early now because anyway, fine. I'm too busy looking at the lights instead of the track. Yeah, I don't think it makes much difference in the speed. Every little bit helps. Power too soon, and then I had to get back off the power. Thanks, man. Normally it's like I have a square one I use for most cars, but when this car came out, the square one looked weird because this has a rectangular dash. So then I made this one, which was just wide and not so tall. Yeah, the dash is on my screen. So it's just SimHub. Yeah. So I can go back to the normal one. But this is just displaying my display, and then this is my normal broadcast thing. But yeah, this dash is just a SimHub. I need a dashboard with all the info I need and stop using streaming overlay. What do you mean, stop using the streaming overlay? I'm happy to share the dash I made, by the way, if you want. But, you know, I like it because it tells me a lot of good information. I get your basic car setup here, your fuel info here, tire info here, what setup I've got loaded, just to, you know, when you want to verify you got the right setup loaded. Using streaming overlays on my monitor. Yeah, so this is just on my monitor here. And you can see it in the bottom left of my stream, but this is just on my monitor. And what you see on the screen is just my display. It's in my Discord. Are you in my Discord? Yeah, Nick. Thanks for hanging out, man. see if this works. It'll be an invite to my Discord. And then in my Discord, I've got my SimHub designs, and there's two of them there. One is for like a square dash, like for Audis and Lambos and Fords. And then the long one, which I use for this, it's blocked for you. You must be from Quebec or something. Because, we don't let people from Quebec in our Discord. Sorry, Quebec. I'm kidding, of course. Do I have you in Discord somewhere? I want to invite you here. Well, if I've got you as a friend in Discord. What's your Discord name? Oh, Nick sent it? Okay. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. Billy is here. There we go. T is here. T. That's it. Just T. Would you like some tea? Yeah, so if you look here under SimHub Designs, I've got the square dash and then the GT3 R specific dash, and that's the one I'm using right now. Tweak it as you need. Of course. I think I'm kind of tired from testing, so I'm going to go take a break. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with me. It made it way more fun being able to chat with you guys, so really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll chat to you soon.